Hi, my name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to my live Happy Friday show. Hello everybody, happy Friday. It's our first Friday show in the house for a while. Thank you for being here with us. Make sure to send us some hearts and thumbs up if you like what you're seeing and hearing. And of course, make sure you subscribe and like our page, of course.
Your mic sounds horrible today.
Why?
I don't know.
Who should I complain to? Mr. HP?
Somebody. Just keep talking.
All right, I'll keep talking. You can take over if you want to. Mr. HP in the house, say hi to him. We are here on this Friday. It's a very smoky Friday in Minnesota, and I've heard many other places in the north and all over in the northern part of the United States. Lots of forest fires, actually in California as well. And so we had very bad conditions here yesterday from forest fires in Canada, I believe. So hopefully the winds are going to shift a little bit later today and we will get out of this. But of course, in our spirit, we are going to make the best of it. So smoky atmosphere calls for maybe a smoky cocktail. Have you ever had a smoky cocktail? Well, there is this certain kind of liqueur called mezcal, which is really just a smoky tequila. So I thought we'd do a little kind of a play on a margarita, a smoky rhubarb margarita. So you can, of course, if you don't have mezcal, if you don't like the flavor of a little smokiness, you can leave it out and just use the tequila, some rhubarb syrup, and lime juice. Very simple. Shake it up with some ice, pour into a low ball glass, and add a splash, just a little splash of sparkling water for some fizz, and you got a fresh one with a little hint of smokiness, you know? He actually asked for a smoky cocktail. We needed to have a smoky cocktail because...
Mine's gone. What happened?
Yeah, you must have liked your smoky cocktail.
Folks, I apologize.
Cheers, everybody. Scout, happy Friday.
I apologize for the static. I don't know where it's coming from. Sorry.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
It just came out of nowhere. What the heck is going on?
Yeah, maybe it's just gearing back up. You know, I'm back in town. This is our first Friday show since coming back from Iceland. So I'm getting my bearings, getting over this jet lag and time difference. Of course, I'm just getting up a little bit early and going to bed early, which never hurt anybody. I don't really mind it at all. So getting a lot more done, except for the evenings. Not much getting done in the evenings. So, but I've been had a busy week. It's fun to be back at work and back in the warehouse and kind of been, you know, whipping things back in shape, getting us restocked again. And so you got to check out. There is lots of great fabric coming and is in the house already. You know, with all of the fabric delays that were happening earlier this year, some of our fabric that was supposed to arrive in even as early as March is just coming in now, and some not even there yet. So and then it's coming in with other fabrics that were supposed to be delivered in June and July. So there's a lot. Okay, I think he's fixing the mic situation. I see a mic coming on the set. So maybe you'll be changing, huh? There's interesting behind the scenes stuff going on here. All right, so I wanted to talk about just a little something. Of course, it's coming to the end of July. I can't believe it. We are just seeing towards the end of summer here, and that's kind of sad. But July 30th today, so which means next week we'll start working on Color Club. We'll start shipping our August shipment of Color Club out starting August 5th. So those of you subscribed, you can start guessing what's the color of the month. You can start anticipating, being excited. I will reveal the fabrics on the following day, August 6th, during our Happy Friday show. So a week from today. That's so exciting. I know some of you may not have gotten it by then. Many of you may not have gotten it by then. But then we kind of I spoil everything, and we're not blaming somebody else for spoiling the fun. So I always like to talk about the color, give you some suggestions and things like that. All right. I wanted to also mention before we dive into some fabric, I got loads of fabric to show you. Before we dive into that, I wanted to make sure that you check out your newsletter today. So we always send out a newsletter on Fridays, either right after the show, or like, probably within an hour of the show. And there is sometimes good specials in there. And there's a really good one this time. Really good one. So you might want to check it out. And of course, if we still have some left, I'll talk about it on Tuesday. But this is kind of the benefit of checking out your Friday newsletters. All right. Anything to add to our week? It's kind of weird coming back from Iceland and or any trip and diving straight into work. As you may know, I came back from the airport and went straight to work and straight to a Tipsy Tuesday episode, and then I crashed. I think I fell asleep at 9 or before 9 even, and up at 4:30. But I got a really good night's sleep, so you're kind of in a little bit of a brain fog going on, but it's clearing. It's starting to clear. So I got my sewing machine back, and getting ready to get some juices flowing here. So I'm excited about that. I wanted to say an early happy birthday to my daughter Svana. Her birthday's on Monday, so we'll be done celebrating on Tuesday. So that's why I wanted to say an early happy birthday. Of course, we'll be celebrating all weekend pretty much, as this girl is turning 20. My baby is turning 20. It's crazy. Where has time gone? Where does it go? It's crazy. Is this sound better? Are you switching it around?
No, I switched it already.
Oh.
I figured it out.
Oh, you got to play with it? You want me to move this? Okay. Well, we got to get to the fabrics. So whenever you're ready, Mr. HP, we got to start with the fabrics. Any questions coming up before we get to that? It says static is gone, so that's good. So somebody says, I never see the newsletter and I've signed up. Any suggestions? Maybe check your spam, anything like that. Sometimes when you sign up, maybe you've had like a misspelling of your email. So you can just go back to the website, sign up again. You won't get doubled if you are already subscribed. But check in that spam folder. Depending on your spam filters, every single email provider has different levels of spam filters. So we kind of recognize some are catching us more than others, so check on that. That's kind of the only thing. Like I said, you can always go back to the website, sign up again, because it won't double you up, so it's all good. All right, they're ready for fabric. They're all ready for fabric. So I think we should just dive into fabric. We have a lot of beautiful stuff, a variety this time, not just holiday stuff, but a little bit of holiday. This first one I'm going to show you is called Botanical Journal. This is a beautiful, beautiful line, very classic, but unique colors. Actually starts with, like, the base is just blacks and greens and some lights. So I'm going to start with this floral. Look how gorgeous this is. This is a Clothworks collection, and I really love this kind of old school botanical drawings with beautiful flowers and really soft colors on top of that. And that's not a pure black. It's very charcoaly with a brown tone to it. So then we have the medium floral here with some daisies. Beautiful. We have some dragonflies. Another botanical print with all the ferns and greenery. A little bit of flowers. And then we have a great little polka dot, like a pin dot on. I love the background is not pure black, so it's got a little bit of variation in it. And then we have that greenery print in the greens. Gorgeous hues of greens. We have a small print, of course. So let me know what you're thinking of this. I think it's just really gorgeous. Beautiful shades of green here. We got the pin dot, and then we have the lights. So we have the large main print here, all the flowers with some little bit of typography, some birds and fireflies. Very pretty stuff. So then we have a few more light prints. We have the small floral and the dragonflies. I love the blue bodies of the dragonflies, and then that pin dot in a little bit of an off-white. Now, I forgot 2 1-yard prints that come with this line, and I left them at the warehouse. So they are beautiful. I'll show this again on Tuesday to make sure. It is a typography print with kind of old looking journal. So it's a light background and then a taupe background. But I did a fabric pull. So I started with some basic black. So I did a darkest basic black in the Dimples charcoal, and then a canvas ebony because it's a very similar background texture as the dragonfly print. Then I pulled some greens and I did 2 tones of it. I did canvas crocodile for the darker greens, and then the spotted pistachio for the lighter tones of it. And then, you know, with it being just the greens and the blacks, I kind of went in and found some of those flower colors if you wanted to add more color. I did the grunge flamingo for the pinks and reddish tones, and then a little bit of an orangey pink as well for some of the rusty tones in here, and then a little bit of yellow for all the yellow daisies, the dash flow amber, grunge cider pumpkin cookies, and then the grunge flamingo. And then I added a few more lights if you wanted to add some more lights. I love this spectrostatic mimeograph because it has that black in it, ties in with the blacks here. And then I did smoke and rust, the grid in the ash color because it's a little bit grayish taupe. And then the dash flow papyrus because it has that taupe in there. It really ties well with all of the taupe and tones of the dragonfly wings. And like I said, we have 2 more background types of prints that we have in 1-yards going with it. So I'll make sure to photograph that and put it on the blog, and I'll show you that on Tuesday. But it's beautiful, very classic, easy to do something that's lights and darks with the blacks being the darks, and playing with that. And of course, easy to add accent colors with any of these colors. So if you wanted to do anything, any pattern that has an accent color like Amelie or Clarissa, anything like that, Marina, they would all be beautiful in that. So, Botanical Journal. Then we're going to move on into a little bit of holiday. So, this next one is pretty unique because it is a animal one. So, there's also Christmas for all the pets. So this is called Santa Paws. So it's cats and dogs at Christmas time. Really cute, whimsical, and just adorable. So I think Kobe may need a Christmas quilt, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
I don't know if he wants cats on it, but probably won't mind. So I just love this artwork. Such happy, fun prints. We have the reds here, and then we have them on the black background. So we have the dogs on the black background. We have the Christmas ornaments, Christmas balls. We have some polka dot on the black. So really nice and fun. Then we have a little bit of a teal background for the kitties, the kitty faces, and again the dog print in the teal. I love that one that's wrapped in the Christmas lights. Yeah, I can see that happening. We have a green in here, a nice snowflake print. I love this festive one, the ho 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 decorated letters. We have a polka dot in the multicolored, and then an awesome diagonal stripe, which is, this diagonal stripe is in the bundle, of course, all half yards. And then if you need more of that, we have it in 1-yards as well. So the diagonal stripe Santa Paws available too. So if you wanted to do anything like a, you know, like a Wanda or something that needs a little little fun action in the sashings or bindings or borders or anything like that. So then my pull, I started kind of with some of the reds. So let's do the reds. So I did the Nature Elements hibiscus as kind of a deeper red. A little bit brighter is the spotted Christmas red. Fun to mix them up. And then I did the greens because there's only one green, so I felt like we could add a couple. So I did the Spectrostatic Experiment and the Spotted Celadon, a light and a darker. The teal, I threw in an extra teal because they all kind of play together as a green. So the Spotted Jade is almost a perfect match with this teal. And then I did a little bit darker one because some of these Christmas balls here are darker. So this one is actually a grunge, I think it's peacock, grunge peacock. And then a couple of blacks. So I just did the Spotted Jet Black as a perfect tone with this black. And then I threw in, if you wanted a little plaid, I feel like for dogs especially, a little plaid would be really fun and cool. So I got the plaid buffalo ruby black and the black and gray. And of course, matching this white, if you wanted to add more white, matching this, it's almost a pure white. So the Holiday Treats white stars or the Century white X's would be very festive for more of a background. And then if you didn't want to use a white background, if you wanted to use all your whites as well and still needed a background, I feel like bringing in a light gray, something that's in the animals, would be great. So either the Circle Burst Light Gray or the Deco Stitch Reflection, which I really love the tone of this one as a background. So this is very, very cute. Isn't that cute? And of course, this stripe could work with so many different things. It's a lovely colors and lots of action in it, movement. So we will have all these pairings up on the blog, so you can go check that out if you need more time. You don't have to go back and watch if you don't want to. So Santa Paws. Santa Paws. Kobe, do you like Santa Paws?
There's a treat involved, yes.
Yes. All right. I need a little sip. It's getting hot on the set.
Hot on the set.
Mm-hmm. Yummy. All right. So this next one, totally different deal. This one is called Enchanted by Valerie Wells for Free Spirit. And Valerie, of course, has beautiful color. This is very colorful, very kind of layered textures, kind of a collage type stuff. She likes to do printing and overprinting, which I really love. So lots of color in here. So they tie well together. So I love this little typography print. It says talented, kind, fearless, fun, smart, silly, and it says I am here in between. So I am all of that. Creative, strong, beautiful, capable. Yes, we all are very capable. All right, so then we have a smaller print here, kind of same textures, same colors, the beautiful blues from the deep navies to the more cobalt blue. We have this print, which is leaves, and then the bird kind of like stamped on top. So pretty. And one more blueprint. This one is a awesome kind of a stripe action, like a chevron stripe, but a lighter blue. And then we're going into the lighter blues, so adding, still keeping that orange and pink accents, but a little bit lime green on top of that turquoise. And then the lightest hue here in this dot print, which is very irregular. Gotta love that. Tying in with a little bit lighter, more of that lime green, and a very geometric print, reminiscent of a plaid. We have the leaf print in the green with some teal and the lime green. We have one basic background print here. Very pretty, kind of a taupey cream. We have that same print here that we had in, not this one, yeah, this one. So I love these like beads of pink beads. And then the little words, kind, love, kind of hiding in there. And we have a larger scale print, just like the green, but in a larger scale with the pink and tying in with the blue and a little bit of orange. We have an orange print tying all of these together. And then we go into the hot pinks. Really beautiful, same layered look. And then the typography with the same words that we've been repeating, but this one is the directional version. So very colorful, beautiful colors, as she does all the time. So I had to do a poll with this because obviously you see lots of color, lots of many different colors, so it actually would really benefit to balance it with some tone on tones. So I started with the floral elements and the nocturne, the deepest navy with the light blues on top. And then this one I felt was perfect in there. This is a tulip pink print from True Colors. The two types of blues match here perfectly. It would create just a nice balance. And then the canvas cobalt with the lightest cobalt blues. Going into some of the turquoisey teals, the flowers for Freya and the pond. I love that because it has the navy in here too, ties that together. And then the nature elements and the ocean breeze has some of the lightest tones in it as well. Going into some lime greens, thatched chartreuse, perfect lime green, and the spotted pistachio. A little bit darker and lighter version. So then I did some creams to kind of match in here. If you wanted to, you could pull this one out and use it as a background or do a scrappy background with lights. These two are perfect matches here. Perfect day in the splatter in the white, and then whispers tangles in the muslin. So it has white on that little or on that creamy color background. Then we have a little bit of orange, so I added a sharper orange with dimples, persimmon, almost a perfect match with this print here. And then a little bit lighter in the canvas melon because it comes a little lighter in some parts, so I felt like that would add a nice softness to it. And then of course, had to add some pink. The Prisma Red Rhodonite. It's a mouthful there. But that one matches great, and then a little bit more variety with the light and dark. The Bumbleberries Pink Bursts has the light and the dark feel, tying it all together. Now, if you wanted to add a traditional stripe or a plaid to this, I found two. A perfect diagonal plaid, Flowers for Freya, has the navy and the teal and that same tone as the background, so that would work great in here. And so would the striped garden party in the blue. So these navy beads in between the light aqua would be great to work with as well. So really fun, called Enchanted by Valerie Wells for Free Spirit. So this would make such a gorgeous, colorful quilt for anyone. And so many patterns that could work with this. Pretty much anything. Not really any directional prints except for the typography one. So you could really mix it up and play with it and, you know, do something that they would really shine the prints, like Elvira or Supersize Nina or Taylor. Would be gorgeous. All right. Moving on to a little bit more subtle color. So this was the brights, and now we're going to go into a little bit more subtle, more earthy colors. So into more of a deserty feel. This line is called Saguaro, and we started off with these beautiful plums and purples. So this is kind of the main print in the purples, and you can see all these beautiful earthy tones with it. There is a little hint of pearlescent in the line. Not like all covering everything. I love just a little hint of it. So not metallic per se, but that pearlized. So it has a little bit of shine and sparkle. Gotta love that. So then we have, I love this print. It's kind of a play on a dot, but as a little star. And loving the fact that they hued out. They're purple, so they're all a different hue, which gives it depth. We have a stripe here, a little wiggle stripe with a little bit of pearlescent in it. And then this is my favorite print. Really cool, lots of action here, and a great blender with everything else. So then we go into a little bit of that subtle green, and you can see that pearlescent effect here on this one in particular. And then here is the stripe again in the green, and then the lightest one with that green on top. Got the cactuses, so and some really nice action, kind of those little scribbles. And then we tie some of the greens in with some of the blues and the teals. Going into that same print in that light greenish, a little bit of teal in here, and then we have that same print in the blues, and then we shading into that darker blues here. So I love the shading in this. You can see that no fabric is the same color, so it's not going to be on the same level. And then we finish it off with that same print we started with in that nice dusty blue. And so this is Saguaro. So beautiful line and easy to do lights and darks or add a background. I'm going to start with that. If you wanted to add a background, for me, looking at this one, I would go light just because it is so subtle, and so going dark would really darken it up. So I would do something not too bright white. So this is the Soften the Volume of the Wild Stems. So I just love the color in this, love the hue. This would be beautiful with it. Or some texture like this one, Perfect Day in the splatter. And so it has all these textures of these tones, the grays and almost a little bit of a blue. So this one, these would work well as backgrounds. So then I just pulled some to tie in the colors. We have, starting with that deep purple, the scallop dot eggplant is a great one, a little bit muted so it doesn't overpower, and the spotted aubergine, which is a softer, almost into a little bit of lavender, so it ties it all together with those dark specks as well. Going into the greens, I did a lighter green, the Deco Stitch Subtle Sage, and then a little bit more Dash Flow Meadow, tying in with some of these tones, so that will kind of tie these together, these two colorways. And a third one, Grunge Avalanche. This one is the greens added with some of the teals. And then two blue ones. The Grunge Grotto picks up some of the blue tones in here, and then the darkest one I went with the Country Confetti Dark Blue. And so it has those specks of light in here and a nice hue to go with these. So as your darkest, but still not too dark navy to overpower it. So this is Saguaro. Very pretty, very subtle, perfect for you know, a more muted colorway, but still adding color without going just neutrals. So some folks tend to, if they want something muted or not too colorful, they tend to think they have to make a black and white or a gray quilt. Not necessarily. You just kind of tone down the colors. You can still have a color, and you can have very subtle, kind of a natural, more colorway, more natural colorway. All right, so we're going to finish it off with some holiday. This one is from Louis and Irene, one of our favorites. This is, of course, another very kind of a Scandinavian feel to this one. It's called Hickaglo. It's glow in the dark. Really fun. So it has some of the very Scandinavian looking figurines, the little gnome elves, and we have a gingerbread house. We have some deer, a reindeer. Now the parts that glow in this in the dark are all the white. All the white will glow. So you will see the stars, you'll see the deer, some trees, and some hearts that will glow for you. It's so cute. So, and the background of this is, it's a kind of a grayish midnight color. Here we have the doves. The gnomes are riding the birds and the doves. So the birds will light up. We have a smaller print here. I love the fun in this one. So they're holding lanterns, and then there's images of these will just light up along with all the stars. So cute. And it's really fun to play with these glow-in-the-dark fabrics, especially when it's lights out at night. And I'm not a kid, but I loved it. I thought it was fun. So in the green here, same print as the first one. And another green. I love that this green is very nice and soft, not too dark, not too foresty, and all blends very well. So into the reds, we have the bird print and the small print with the lanterns. And then we have this beautiful kind of almost a snowflake quilt or a snowflake pattern, but it also reminds me of some of the rune, some kind of essence of the runes of the Galdrastafur. So it kind of ties in that very Scandinavian feel to it. And then we have the doves in this print, a very kind of geometric print with the snowflake. Love this one. Going into a little bit of gray, so light gray with that white. Of course, they didn't have a white print in here because of the glow-in-the-dark aspect. So not all the doves will light up, just I think these that are a little bit creamier, they show up a little bit creamier. We have the snowflakes with the blue on the gray and the dove print. And then we have some blue. So this is a 15-piece line, like all of the Lewis and Irene. We have the main print, the snowflake in this beautiful light blue, and then the doves with the beautiful red hearts. Just very striking. So I just love this. This will make such a fun quilt, especially for kids, to glow in the dark winter time. So I played with just some textures and added a couple of colors of basics for each of the groupings. So Dash Flow Blueprint, or this is a Bumbleberries Indigo. So they work perfectly, especially the indigo ties in very well. The greens would be the Spectra Set Experiment and the Shabby Vivid, which is a little bit brighter green, but it ties in with some of the greens in the trees. We have some reds. The Bumbleberries in the Blood Orange because it has a little bit deeper pinkish hue here. And then the Grunge hit the spot in the Flamingo. So a little bit larger texture. We have some grays, the Perfect Day in the Splatter. I love that it has the darker that ties in with the navy in there. And then the Bumbleberries in the light gray. And then I added one of that perfect light blue here, the Grunge Grotto. So this is Hickaglo, and if you wanted to add a background, instead of adding just a white, I would do something fun like something with a little bit of texture. So this is essentially black on white. This is the dot clusters, because that darkest tone is so dark, that would just make a really fun background. Also the Century Black and White snowflakes. So either of those would make a great background, still would stand out well from the grays and all the other colors. So this would be so cool for, placemats, table runners, even stockings. How fun would it be in the dark if the stockings are kind of a little bit glow in the dark, and I think quilts and pillowcases would be very cool too. So this is Hickaglo, and so that is our 5 lines for today. Yes, 5 today, and there's going to be more next week. And don't worry, we will give you lots of ideas what you can do with all these things. So as we move forward. So I hope you've been commenting and telling us what you think of all these lines, because if you've watched us before, we have a live winner every show. $25 gift card is up for grabs. So the more you've commented, the better your chances are to win. So as I have a little sip of my Happy Friday cocktail, Mr. HP, do you have a winner for us?
Yes, we do. And the winner is...
Winner is...
That's my drum roll.
Oh, that's a drum roll. Okay, nice. Kesha Robinson, congratulations. You have won a $25 gift card, so send us a quick email to help at gequiltdesigns.com.
Not to you?
Not to me. Nope. It's quicker if you send it to the help. And then you can, if you forget what the email is, there is a form on our website that you can use as well to send us an email. All right, so we have two big shows coming up next week. We have our Tipsy Tuesday show, August 3rd at 7 p.m. And we are going to do another slideshow of June quilts. Remember, I told you we were going to do another slideshow in the beginning of August. So if you have not posted a photo of your June quilt yet, and it's almost ready, you can post it in Gudrun's Quilt Crew, our Facebook group, or if you are not on Facebook, you can always email it to us as well, and we will try and include it in our slideshow. Now, I wanted to mention in Gudrun's Quilt Crew, if you are in the group, we are growing, and we're getting really, really close to a big number. So you can add your friends to that group. So it's a closed group, so everybody gets approved, or you have to answer some questions. This just keeps us really a nice, tight-knit group, keeps the trolls out. And so, but there is a way for you to add friends. If you have quilting friends that you think would enjoy hanging out there with all of the eye candy that gets posted, I recommend you just add them, and then they are part of the group. All right, so our next Friday show will be a week from today. As I said, August 6th. I talked about that earlier. August 6th at 3 p.m. And that is going to be when I will show you the colors, the fabrics that are going to be in the August shipment of Goodies Color Club. So that is it for us. Yes, I can't believe it. It's August already. My daughter was born in the middle of hot summer. Yes, not so hot because she was born in Iceland, but still, it's always a little challenging to be 9 months pregnant during this time, I think.
Isn't it challenging to be 9 months pregnant?
Period. Yeah, period. Period. Yes. So we're going to celebrate with her all weekend. So happy birthday again, Svana. And that is it for us. Any last words? Famous last words? We're going to a release party tonight, aren't we?
We are.
Yes. There is a album release.
Not mine.
Not yours, no. You had a little bit to do with it.
It's new Prince record.
New Prince record, and
Welcome to America.
So that's exciting. There's a release party at Paisley Park tonight. We're gonna check it out.
Kayla's gonna dance.
Yeah, Kayla's gonna dance, so we're gonna go check her out. She's gonna rock it, I'm sure. So that's it for us. I hope you guys have a fun and enjoyable weekend planned. If it's too smoky, just go inside and have a little sip. That's it. We'll see you next week, Tuesday. Bye, everybody.